Hey everyone, it's the three of us, the real deal. We're not John Steele, but we love him. And so just want to say hey and thank you so much for coming out tonight and joining us. And of course, I don't need to say who I am, but we do have Mr. Cinephile Sanity and we have Mr. Juno 2000 in the house.
Hey, good evening, everyone. May the
Of
fourth be
everybody,
with you all.
may the fourth be with you.
So that cleared three people out of the room. There we go.
Yeah,
We're on target. Locked and
we got
loaded.
13 people in here right now. Looks like Chester Franklin's here. What's up, Chester? We got Zodiac's here. What's up, Z?
Z,
71's here too. What's up, 71? KJC.
everyone.
And Rosalia's here. What's up, Rosalia?
Hey, Rosalina.
And Moonbeam. Hello. Good evening.
Hey, Moonbeam. May the fourth be with you.
Yeah, Johnny's here from the Wild Guys. Wild Wrangler's here too. What's up, Wild?
Hey, wow.
Corey's here from Wilkie's Movies and Music.
Corey.
Todd Christian's here too, and also Gizmo's here. What's up, Gizmo?
Gizmo.
And yeah, we got 13 people in here right now. But yeah, hopefully you all are having a good day. I mean, good night at this point, but But yeah, it's Star Wars Day, and we decided to do something on this day, and we're watching The Empire Strikes Back, which arguably one of the best Star Wars movies, right?
It's pretty much like the more action-packed one that continues the story after New Hope, where it
Yeah,
has more in it.
this is also like this is Vader's movie, really. This is really
Vader's
Darth
movie.
Vader's movie. Like, it's he gets so much of them throughout it, and I always think it's pretty hilarious how, like, he actually ends up killing more of his own people than he does rebels.
Yeah.
Throughout the movie, he's always choking people out and stuff, and like when you add it all up at the end of the movie, it's like, wow, he actually kills more of his own people than he does any rebels throughout the film.
They also add more action sequence with the lightsabers and the gun shoots because some of it's shown in a few sequences in the New Hope, but this one shows more action, and you get more Darth Vader.
Right. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. It's this movie's definitely stepped up
Yes.
compared to the original one, but
Mhm.
I mean, like, this original trilogy, the Skywalker saga, is such a big part of why I like movies so much today. Like, I grew up with these movies. It's so hard for me to really stay on one movie and really like it, like as a favorite. But yeah, it probably is Empire, but I would say it was really Return of the Jedi is what really drew me into Star Wars, really. Like the whole allure of like Jabba's palace and everything. So much more characters in that one, even with the Ewoks and everything. But that's what really drew me into all of it, even with the toys growing up in the 80s and everything. And I still love watching these movies.
Those were, you know, 4, 5, and 6. That everybody has to call them that. I call them 1, 2, 3. I don't. Some of them don't exist in my world, but
Yeah.
it's funny. The I saw them all, in the theater when I was, growing up. So, that's one achievement that I'm proud of.
Yeah, man. I was born the same year Jedi came out. So I had no chance of seeing them in the theater.
I graduated high school the year that Jedi came out.
Wow, that's crazy. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Star Wars is still a big part of my life at this point. I know that. Like, I mean, like, I know you can say what you want about the prequels and I guess the sequel trilogy and all that, but it's really all about these first three movies, really.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think the sequel trilogy has made the prequel trilogy look better.
Yeah, I agree. I would never see the
And
prequels.
those are like
Even
actually the prequel trilogy. Those are the only movies that I actually saw in the theater. Like I saw the Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith all in the theater. But other than that, definitely not the original three.
I saw the original three. I saw the first two. I didn't see Sith in the theater, and then I saw all the others. But you know,
I only saw
Yeah.
Rogue. Rogue One was the only one I saw in theaters. But thank goodness I didn't see the other sequels, reboots, crap that they came out.
So-
here's Boba Fett right here.
there you go.
That's from the 6-inch line, Black Series. It looks so good on that original card.
Ashton is here, and Pap just showed up, which is awesome because we love us some Pap.
Pam, say Ashton.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Ashton and Pat?
I agree. I agree, Gizmo. Fuck Disney. They're
Yeah, right.
castrating everything. Our classic that we love. They did that with Willow. They did that with Indiana Jones, and they're continuing to do it with Star Wars. They keep going good, but piece of shit at the same time. With some shows and some other prequels that they go different routes. And I heard they want to bring back the rebooted sequels characters and make another trilogy. Which I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, there's always so much frequent news with Star Wars shows now. And like I'm kind of at the point where I can't keep up with it. Like I do still give a lot of the new shows and stuff. Like I give that stuff a chance,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. A lot of it doesn't sit well. Like I really like the Mandalorian though. I thought that was pretty good, but other than that, like Andor was okay. Like I think the last one I watched was Ahsoka. That was okay. Like I wasn't like blown away by it, but I still liked some things throughout it. But yeah, a lot of the new stuff is really hard to swallow.
Yeah. Especially if it comes out of Disney, you know it's gonna suck. Because they've been
Yeah.
having stuck reboot after another sucky reboot. So yeah.
And Anthony Chobit's here. What's up, Anthony? Happy
What's up,
Star
Anthony?
Wars Day.
Happy 4th. Be with you, Dave.
Yeah, that's right. What Wrangler said. You know, from 77 to 83 is the Holy Trilogy.
Absolutely.
The
So,
new ones.
right quick, got a word from our sponsor.
What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit.
I'm assuming that's. I mean, I'm pretty sure he sent me that too. It's from Johnny over at the Wild Guys, right?
Yeah,
Johnny. Short.
And we also have Joseph the Horror Guy is here now.
What's up, Joe?
What's up, Joseph? Happy Star Wars Day.
Yeah, stay tuned, Johnny. There's some piece of shit rants I'm gonna upload very soon, like tomorrow. Or wait, tomorrow's Monday. Wait, tomorrow? No, the next day. I'll as soon as possible. I'll post some rants that I just reviewed.
Yeah, I agree with you, Todd, man. Star Wars really is just oversaturated at this point.
Yeah. And besides, they want to bring back and do another trilogy, which I'm fucking tired of them like castrating the shit already. So
Hey,
much.
Juno,
I
could
mean,
you fix your mic a little bit? Because you kind of sound muddy.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
Let me just check the mute cancellation, the noise cancellation on the setting. Something that the echo. Right, I set the echo cancellation. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
so
Yeah.
what? I guess we'll get this
Anything that
started at like the
George.
half-hour mark or whatever.
Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, it's about
Um,
I actually really enjoyed this movie.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I really enjoy this movie, and fuck the new ones. Up
I
and
really
down.
enjoy the movie too.
that's it. End of the
This
rant.
movie, yeah, no rant. This this trilogy is the one that matters.
I'll be right back.
Is great.
So I just want to stress something here, and I'm not trying to bring the stream down or anything, but I mean, I know a lot of you know that I had a really dark day yesterday, and I want to thank you guys for reaching out, and especially Moonbeam. She was checking on me all day to make sure that I was okay, and I'm not okay, but I'm better than I was, I guess. I'm tired of getting older and losing people that I really fucking care about and people that, were huge inspirations on my life. And I know that's a part of life, but it's, fucked up because I think that a lot of times, it's the wrong ones that go. And I'm just, I don't know. I don't want to go into like this huge thing, but Gary meant a lot to me, and he was one of the nicest human beings on this earth. And it just sucks losing him, but it hurts just as bad as another person that was in both of our lives. This guy named Randy Biscuit Turner, who was the singer of the Big Boys, and the Dicks and the Big Boys were always playing shows together, and they were a huge part of my life. I was telling Moonbeam that there was one Big Boy show which actually became like the sort of unofficial, my unofficial 16th birthday party, because they were already kind of playing the show, and I got to introduce them on stage. I had this bottle of champagne, which I kind of snuck in the club, and the owner wasn't too happy, but then he kind of mellowed out because I was like, dude, it's my birthday. And he's like, okay, just cops show up, you need to hide it. Like, okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And there was another thing, because like my mom and stepdad had bought me this birthday cake, and they said, well, just take it with you and share it with your friends. And so there was this girl who was a bartender at this other club, and this place actually really wasn't a club, although they had a bar. It was like an old house that had kind of converted, like in a basement with a small stage, and and then they had a bar, but we were always given stamps to where we couldn't drink, or weren't supposed to drink and stuff. But this girl from this other club that was the, bartendress and stuff, she's like, I want some cake. And I was like, oh, yeah? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I go, well, if I give you some cake, you're going to have to kiss me. And she's like, and she just kind of looks at me, right? So, I give her some cake and she's eating the cake. And then all of a sudden, she just like puts her hand behind my head, pushes me forward, and passes the cake along to me. And that was a pretty sort of experience. So that's all I'll say about that. But yeah, I just, memories, and stuff. I'm glad that I have them,
Yeah.
But thank you guys
I wanna
again.
say-
I appreciate it.
I want to say this, Texas. Jerry will be sadly missed, and I want to give a toast to him, his memory.
Thank you, Juno. I appreciate it.
Yep.
You call Joseph Coach.
Because that's what he is. He's the coach. He's the real deal as a coach.
But,
Now
yeah, I think,
he's calling me. Now he's calling me coach as well. Coach Bag. So there's one other thing that I wanted to discuss. If Sean and Juno are cool, because they already sort of know where I'm going with this. I'm not going to explain this heavily, but we had some trouble with somebody who was taking it upon themselves to try to defame us in any way that they could. And I'm, I mean, I will say that Sean was almost going to give up. And, Juno and I were like, no, and stuff. And, he got a clearer head and, he knew what he was going to do, and he's going to stay with us because we're the three amigos, I guess you could say. But like I said, I'm not going to go into it myself because I found someone that could do a better job for me. And so just bear with us for 1 minute and 48 seconds.
I was young way before the sun and the moon were even thought about. You just can't put on some eyeliner and come here dressed in black and ask me for something. Do you understand the lines that had to be crossed? You know when this was all being built and formed? The people. I call them people because you're not going to get it. The entities, the energies that were here building this. Put something in me. I tried to do this once before with somebody close to you. You didn't get it. And look what happened. Look at the kind of life you have. That's why you're a misfit. That's why you're here now, because you don't know where to go. And you think I have the answers for you. No. I'm trying to warn you. But you're a young man. Maybe I'm going to take it a little bit easier on you. Maybe I'll guide you, maybe I won't. Maybe I really don't care. Actually, I don't care. But I've been there. So I want to give you something that they gave me. Fear. And I'm paying a price now. This scar tissue I have and I can't even function. And you're coming and you want to be this way. Okay. Just remember, when it's all said and done, I told you so. I'm not your friend. I don't want to be your friend. I don't like you. I want to see you fall. Prove me wrong. You can't. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Because when I come to collect, ask your dad. He knows.
It's even awkward how it ends. They're all like silent, that silent awkwardness. But whatever that guy's name is, Vampiro or whatever, that guy fucking keeps it real.
Yeah.
You know?
Vampiro, he's a criminally underrated wrestler.
Tony from Basement Blues is here. Hey, Tony. Glad you
Hey,
could make
what's up there? What's up, Tony?
What's up, Tony?
Yeah, Gizmo saying I would never defame you. Stop spreading lies. Thanks. I love your rockin' Jesus style and your honesty. It makes you much better,
That dude
or
is
make the YouTube much better.
it. Well,
I like
you know, it's
Vampiro.
just
I always
something
thought the
that,
shit was great.
you know, nobody's going to fuck with my friends. That's all I'm going to say, you know.
Yep.
And that means any of you. Nobody, you know, anybody crosses you, they got to fucking deal with me.
I mean, that's pretty much how I feel about it. Like, if I see my friends, you know, like, and their ship's sinking, well, it looks like my ship's going down with them. So I don't know. You know, it's just, I don't know. We all look at people differently, I guess, you know, whatever. But I don't know. I'm not trying to sit on negative subjects or anything,
No.
but, you know, it's important to bring this shit up sometimes. You can't just sit there and be quiet. You know, you got to speak up. But, like, I remember back in, like, the end of summer, going into, like, the fall season, like, I used to get emails weekly about my watch parties from people. Like, all just hateful shit. And, like, I would always just respond with, okay, sounds good, thank you. That's it. That's all I would say to it. But, I mean, I don't know. I sometimes I get a kick out of the hateful shit just to see, like, the level of, like, you know, how pissed off people can, you know, I don't know. Just watching people getting pissed off sometimes over stupid shit like that really just gives me a laugh. But, you know, other than that, it's fucking Star Wars Day. So,
Exactly.
and Jim's movie channel's here. What's up, Jim? Thank you for stopping by.
Jim?
Well, if everybody's set, you know, we can get this started in like a minute or so. Everybody
Yeah,
just get ready.
I'm gonna share the Look movie link one more time down there.
And I've got a 5-second countdown courtesy of Johnny. So it's actually about 13 seconds. So that should give everybody enough time.
I'm trying to like find my remote and shit.
Gizmo says here to Wild Wrangler, after watching Human Centipede, I hope I die alone. Nah. Thank you, Wild Wrangler. He says, down the road, you never know what life may have in store, but you'll never stand alone, my friend. Memories never die in your heart. Absolutely. All right, Jim. Thank you, man, for coming in and everything, you know, and you have a great weekend as well.
Yeah, take care, Jim. Thanks for stopping by.
Take care, Jim.
And may the 4th be with you. Juno Carbonite.
So if everybody's about ready, we'll get this thing started. Just let us know in the chat.
Yeah, Joseph's saying he used to be a Star Wars fan, but he's not into it. Why? Because there's no Danielle Harris in it? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I had to say it, you know?
he says, "Why is he a coach? Why not? You know, you play basketball. You might as well
Like,
be a coach."
why coach?
Sometimes, Joseph, you just got to run with things. You know, it's just nature.
Yeah, that's all.
Gizmo said we watched Cannibal Holocaust tonight on the movie night, but had to stop it halfway through because my best friend's girlfriend could not see more. She actually started crying.
Oh, it is a rough movie.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame you. Dude.
Well,
There's
you
some
know,
rough
Gizmo,
I'm
to
shit.
be
sorry, but
honest,
that always makes me
Gizmo,
laugh when Cannibal Holocaust offends somebody. I mean, just really, it makes me laugh so much.
well, Gizmo. I mean, I cried just for the fact that that movie was even made. So I mean, you know,
Yeah, right.
And the director almost became a piece of shit if he was
that's not a good
overlooked.
date night film.
Same thing with Maniac.
Caveman's here.
Yeah,
That Maniac is another movie that is not a good date night movie.
or New York Ripper either, really.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, just the
Like,
toe scene alone is probably enough to put the date in into a tailspin or something, you know. But
yep.
yeah, Caveman's here. Caveman movies and more. What's up, guy?
Hey, guy.
But yeah, I'm ready to get this started. If everybody else is in the chat, go ahead and get this show on the road. We can watch Darth Vader choking people out for the next 2 hours.
You could watch Vampiro choke some people out, put them through a flaming table.
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral.
Unless they're choking your chicken instead of choking people.
Mercy, mercy, what have we done? Okay.
All right, we ready for a countdown?
Oh, yes, we are.
I actually really enjoyed this movie.
All right, hit play.
There we go.
This Juno and Carbonite picture is fucking great.
Yep.
Kylo Ren and Stimpy, which I think is really good.
I mean, I know I'm watching the movie.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
Yeah, we just started, so
20th Century Fox face.
Be careful out there, caveman.
Hey, Larry's here. Larry from the Hard Dad. May the 4th be with you, Larry. What's up, bro? Thanks for stopping by. We just started the movie, Larry. We're like, I mean, I'm right at the Lucas logo. You know, I'm at the long time ago in a shitty Walmart far, far away.
Fighter is led by Luke Juno.
Yeah.
Juno Skywalker.
Episode 5, Juno Strikes Back. It is a dark time for Juno and the rebellion, although the Death Star has been destroyed by Juno and his Imperial troops. I'm trying to I didn't get the scroll.
Attacking shit factory and the shitty Walmart.
Yeah, Juno and the dreaded Imperial fleet. What's it? A Starfleet, a group of freedom fighters led by Juno Skywalker, has established a new secret base on the remote ice world of Hoth. The evil Lord Juno Vader. All right, that's it.
Joseph says Danielle Coach Pope. Okay.
Qui-Gon Juno. Yeah, that's a good one, Z. Qui-Gon Juno. Jar Jar Juno Binks.
Oh fuck, man.
Don did. Don and Larry did
That's
something
good.
yesterday, and I said, Tartar Jinx, and stuff.
Larry saying, I find your lack of a countdown disturbing. It was an unusual countdown. It's obviously part or episode 5 starts out with the Empire sending out probes to snuff out the rebel fleet.
The one thing in this too is that Mark Hamill had been in this accident, like a car accident, maybe about 2 years before this or something. And so they didn't, they just let him have his, I guess his face got kind of damaged in it. So they kept, him with the kind of scars and stuff and didn't try to touch it up or anything.
I feel like I might have heard of that before. I'm not sure though. I just know that, we all pretty much know he just didn't really age into the person I guess everybody expected him to be.
Right. It was weird seeing him do this movie Corvette Summer after the Star Wars, where it had him and Annie Potts from Ghostbusters in it. Pretty decent movie, but nobody really remembers it, and stuff.
Yeah, I never seen that. Pretty sure that's probably the first I've heard of it.
Kal-El is in here.
Kale's here. What's up, Kale?
Joseph says Texas Obi Kenobi. and then Larry says Obi Juno Kenobi, which is cool. Caveman says only if Juno's carbonite storage thingy beeps like a smoke detector.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Cal.
Yeah. Take care, Cal. Why you're calling me Count Juno?
Chewie, trying to fix the Falcon. Solo's trying to calm him down. He's like, I can't do a Chewbacca voice. Sorry. All the meteor activity in this is going to be difficult to spot approaching ships. I know I got to stay.
So Moonbeam she sent me this message, and she said, because she was at the library with her daughter today, and she said there was a girl at the library that hadn't seen any of the movies, and her daughter told her how Luke and Leia were related, and she looked like she was gonna stroke out.
Oh, okay. So she's aware of the kissing, I guess, and before all that.
I just that was hilarious. I was like, can I tell that in the room, because that was just fucking hysterical.
It must have been funny to just watch her die inside like that.
Joseph, what's that sound? It's the sound of Coach Pope screaming at the players.
You know, I think out of like all three of the original movies and the trilogy, the original saga or Skywalker saga, like out of the special editions that came out in like what 97, I think Empire is probably like the only movie that doesn't have like as much like CGI touch up work and all that shit in it.
They fucked that up in Return.
Yeah, it's
Juno the
I know
Hutt.
it seems like it's like most of the issues are really in A New Hope and Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
I mean, just having Jabba in A New Hope is already like, what the fuck, dude? That's like an eyesore.
That CGI that's heavily used in that in the cafe scene where there's like a performance going on. That was fucking stupid when they did that CGI bullshit.
Yeah,
on that scene.
they extended the song and everything. They like redid it.
And one
But
of them,
yeah,
and one of them breaking the fourth wall, looking at the camera, like what the fuck?
yeah, I think one of my biggest issues though is the change of Boba Fett's voice. Like every time I hear that that it's not his voice, I'm always like, ugh, fuck, man, I want to hear that.
So Chester says this one was nominated for various awards, won 2 Academy Awards, 2 Grammy Awards, and BAFTA, among others.
Okay.
And then Moonbeam said it was fun watching the woman stroke out or whatever. And then she said it was worse when I told her Carrie Fisher is dead in real life.
Oh man. Oh man.
We're off to such a rocking start, and you know. I'll take Coach Joe over Coach Schneider from Nightmare on Elm Street too. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Juno Fett.
Joseph, call me the Hammer, or Mr. Danielle Harris, Uncle Boogeyman. Jesus Christ, Joseph, you've grown some testicles there, my brother. Good for you, brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Juno Fett.
Mostly it was added Wampa and some lines of dialogue changed, extra flying scene when they get to Cloud City.
Yeah. Yeah, there is some extra stuff in Cloud City, that's for sure. But the one that always just makes me cringe though is the new Boba Fett voice. It's like every time, like, because like another thing is too, like the guy barely has any dialogue. I think he has about like a total of 6 minutes screen time throughout all 3 movies. And it's like, the voice that he already had was like perfectly fine. It was like, let's change his voice. Like, what the fuck, man?
Right. Grand Moff Juno. That's another one from Larry.
Moff Juno.
R2D Juno.
Sand people are the worst. Why do the sand people always have to get such a bad rap throughout the Star Wars movie? So every time somebody talks about sand people, it's always sand people. Sand people are the worst.
Cavemen, of course, we would need the tauntaun to beep when Han slices it open to provide warmth for Luke. And then we have
I think it is kind of odd too that like the rebels are just not concerned about Luke not returning back to the base. It's just
right.
Han is the only one that's concerned.
Then we've got Chewbacca, which is, I think that's pretty good.
That's like the extent of my Wookiee language speaking.
Gizmo says Wizards of the Lost Kingdom had a white Chewbacca in it. We always called him Chewbacca, so that that's the way I relate to him.
Chewbacca.
Yeah, Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Cal says damn slurs, even in Star Wars. She shakes my head.
You think
Yeah, me
Chewbacca gets
too.
offended when you call him Bigfoot?
I don't know.
But I mean, you know, Princess Leia called him a fucking walking carpet in the first
Yeah,
movie.
that's true. Moonbeam says, I always thought it was hilarious that the robot with full articulation and the ability to speak was the dumb one left out front.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the trash can on wheels is the real brain power.
I know the first time I ever saw C3PO when I was a kid, I was completely mesmerized with him. You know, this gold talking, walking robot, you know, just completely like, what the fuck? Like, but there's like, you know, there's so many like characters and scenes throughout these movies when I was first being introduced to them were just really mind blowing, really.
I remember when they re-released this a couple of years later in the theater, and then it showed like at the end of the movie, they had a sneak peek of this one. And so, like, it was me, my uncle, my grandfather, and my grandmother. And, like, I couldn't even remember the last time I'd ever even been to, like, a movie with, like, my grandparents. Although, like, about a couple of summers later, my grandfather took me to see Blade Runner. And, but anyway, so when they went, my great grandmother was asking, you know, my grandmother what she thought. And she said, oh, there's these two robots and they reminded me so much of Laurel and Hardy. And I'm just like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, which I guess you could say sort of, but it's just like, damn, you know.
Kale saying, can I get a top 3 ranking for Star Wars? All right, I'll go first, I guess. It would be Empire, Return, and then A New Hope. Yeah, I'm probably an odd one for you, but actually that's how I actually saw the movies. I saw Empire first, then Return, and then and then the first one last.
You know, wow. I would go with Empire, New Hope, and then Return of the Jedi, only because like I can only take about an hour and a half of like Jedi, because then to me it kind of just, it doesn't turn into a bad film for me, but I just kind of like, yeah, you know, the rest of this, you know, it's like you get this really good like meal and then you get like a shitty dessert. That's the only way I kind of say how it was, what it would.
I mean, like, there's plenty of people that don't like the transition in Return of the Jedi where it starts to become apparent that, you know, Vader's slowly like leaning over to the light side, you know? Like some people don't like how that sits with them, and I guess that's understandable, but I don't know. I like everything about Jedi, I really do. Like even the damn Ewoks, I like them. I don't even think they get enough screen time for them to even be an issue.
Yeah, for me, it's just a boring ranking. New Hope, Empire, and Return of Jedi. It's just that for me when I rank them.
Gizmo says, I always wonder if Lucas looked at Darth Vader as Hitler since he got the stormtroopers and the logo of the Nazi party on the suit. It would be cool if Vader had a German voice. And then,
I mean, they don't really. What's it like in the sequel trilogy? Like they kind of have like the SS soldier look and everything throughout, like the generals and everything. But yeah, I don't know if we have much German accents throughout these movies.
Moonbeam says, Gizmo, there's definitely a Nazi feel with Vader's regime.
Yeah, it's somewhere on Mustafar, right?
Well, you know, it's like in that one movie, oh fuck, now you know, man, I tell you, my Alzheimer's is really kicking me in the ass. the one movie where Werner Herzog, is the voice of the alien, and the guy says, "Are you talking in an Austrian accent?" Like what the fuck?
No. Vanta Black is here. What's up, Vanta?
Hey, Vincent.
And Brooke Scarlett's here too. What's up, Brooke? May the fourth be with you all. But the Battle of Hoth is about to begin. I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Joseph is still scared to see that Sting Spider movie.
So Todd Christian saying, I thought I was the only one that enjoyed the Ewok stuff, Sean. I remember reading that Lucas intended it as a Vietnam War parallel. Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I was
Interesting.
told by this guy years ago that when they have that the fight scene with them in Jedi, that it was basically an homage to Coppola for Apocalypse Now.
Really?
Because him and Spielberg and what's his name, De Palma, they were all friends, and they would all kind of sometimes do, sneak stuff in, as a homage to each other and stuff.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but I didn't know that, like, in particular thing about it. So it's something new I just learned for this movie here.
Gizmo Moonbeam, yes, the costume designer Molo is a UK dude. He probably hates the Nazis so much that if the ultimate bad guys on the film were going to be a portrait, he wanted them all to be Das German. Oh, Gizmo, you didn't answer my question yesterday. That I asked you if the Norwegian dubbed Disney movies had black metal on the score for the scores. Hey, Russell. Caveman says he's a nerf herder and proud. Well, who wouldn't be? I mean, Rosalie a queef herder.
Scruffy looking queef herder.
Larry says I'm an Imperial enthusiast guy. Why the fuck does this one dude look like James Woods?
Who?
He's one of one of these geezers here with where Vader just walked in.
Oh, like one of the it's one of the generals. It's one of Vader's generals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this
Veers,
that's
sort of.
That's General Piet.
Oh yeah, no, that you're right, that guy.
Let's see, like the one general doesn't understand the Force at all. Doesn't understand how Vader can sense these things, and that's why he keeps underestimating them. Because he's like, look, we just found the rebels' base. He's like, basically telling Vader, like, yo, chill out. That's not it. And he's like, yeah, that is it. I guess you could say that only the smart ones after a while are like, know when to step in and say something to Vader. Once you start talking to Vader, like you're probably gonna die. So
Jason's here and stuff, so welcome, Jason.
Hey, Jason.
yeah, Jason's here, the Ginger Ninja, the new reigning champion for Horror Tuber of the Month. For was that May?
Sorry.
On it for this month.
He said, Gizmo said, I did not see that question. No, I never heard that text, but I wish, especially the Sleeping Beauty, that movie would be amazing with black metal. And Russell says Ewoks are Care Bears that are stoned.
This guy's all calm, like, General, there's a fleet of Star Destroyers on the way. Like, I'd be like, fuck. These guys are all calm about it. Whole fleet of Star Destroyers. And then the size of the Super Star Destroyer, that's Vader's ship. Like, the fucking size of that thing is insane.
Vanta said, I had a Wookiee burger for lunch. It was a bit chewy. There we go.
That's like the best, corniest Star Wars joke that we heard yet. And now he's gonna choke out that guy. You have failed me for the last time.
Yeah, Jason already is at Revenge of the Fifth, so.
Well, we got 18 people in the chat, man. Looking good. I mean, the Battle of Hoth, though, like, it is fairly quick, but it's pretty intense, though, overall. Like, I mean, the pacing of it's pretty intense. It's just constant, in-your-face battle.
I think Leia should have kicked a lot of those dudes in the nuts.
What dudes?
The pilots, just sharpen them up, with a little pain before they get out there,
What if she was, like, just going around slapping people in the face and shit? People in the nuts.
Jason says he can't stay, but wanted to pop in and say happy Star Wars Day. Have a great day, night, all. Peace. Thank you, Jason, for coming in, man. I really appreciate it. You're very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by, bro. Take care and be safe, man. I mean, you got all these rebels on foot and all in a dugout trench with laser rifles. And then you got all these AT-AT walkers just coming at you. Like, fuck, man. Imperial walkers on the bridge. Imperial walkers on the bridge. But apparently, Treat Williams is an extra in this movie as one of the rebel soldiers.
Yeah, you were saying that not too long ago. That's great.
Like, he's not credited for this movie. He wasn't paid for it. He was asked, or I think he was invited onto the set, and like he enjoyed his first day with it so much that he asked to come back for the rest of the filming. And they were like, "Yeah, you can do whatever you want. You're just not going to get paid."
Because wasn't it supposed that he was supposed to take over Han Solo? Because was it Harrison Ford didn't want to come back, or what was the story about that?
Apparently, Treat Williams was, like before they landed on Harrison Ford, they were considering on having him come on as Harrison or as Han Solo, because apparently Harrison Ford wasn't fully signed on for Empire yet, and as most of us know, Harrison Ford does not like the character at all. Like, he really does not like these. He doesn't like doing the Han Solo character in these movies.
Yeah, that's why he had his character die off in that new one.
Well, apparently that was an agreement where he was like, "Look, I'll come back for another movie." Like when they were doing The Force Awakens, he's like, "But I have one demand, and can you please kill my character in this movie? Because I don't want anything to do with it anymore."
Yeah, that's fucking pathetic, man.
I mean, I don't know why Harrison Ford hates the Han Solo character so much. I've always liked this character.
I heard he's kind of an arrogant ass in real life too.
I mean, like, whenever I hear him talk about like Blade Runner or Indiana Jones, he seems like enthusiastic and thrilled about that. Star Wars, kind of a dickhead, yeah.
But Indiana Jones, when I know that new movie was coming out, I knew when they did the reshoots, I knew they fucking reshooted the ending where Indiana Jones dies. So I knew they did some stupid reshoot where, the fans are going to be so pissed off that they killed off Indiana Jones, so let's redo the ending to see that he's alive. Because a lot of times they're just doing all this stupid shit to kill off original characters.
Okay. See, I still haven't even seen the new Indiana Jones, but at the same time, I have no desire to even want to see it.
It's a piece of shit that I saw last year.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about it when you saw it.
Yeah. Because
Jimmy seemed to like it, and I just kind of shook my head, and I was like, you like anything,
Yeah. I mean, I like Crystal Skull more, the new Scooby one.
Caveman says instead of Only Farmers dating sites, they have a Moisture Farmers FM dating app.
P. Rich is here from the Hatchet Boys. What kind of car does Yoda drive? A Toyota. Second best corny Star Wars joke of the night. Another thing with like watching the Battle of Hoth, man, you don't get effects like this nowadays with like all the miniature work that they did in this, and there's just barely any kind of computer graphics in this movie. I mean, besides the special editions, I guess you could say.
And Luke just killed this guy, so no, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he did. A murderer,
I still want to see Princess Leia going around kicking people in the balls and telling people what to do and stuff. Yeah, Luke should have been court-martialed for fucking leaving that guy in the snow speeder. You should have court-martialed him for letting that guy just die like that.
Yeah, he just left and getting crushed.
Court-martial,
Joseph is back, and he changed his profile pic to Daniel Harris so he can be ambiguous. So people won't really know that it's him.
I don't even know how C-3PO manages to keep up with his slow ass walking. Like, he's always like a foot away from like missing his spot on the ship or something. Or it's just, he's always like behind.
Yeah.
But the rebels are obviously getting their asses kicked on the ground right now.
Of course, Han Solo being frustrated with CPO just keeps talking to him. Like,
Yeah. At one point, he just points at him to shut him up. He's like,
yep.
Johnny's changing his profile pic to an Oompa Loompa.
yeah. I'm gonna change mine to Joseph. A picture of Joseph.
There you go.
Damn. But the Empire music throughout this, like the orchestra score and everything, is just such an amazing music throughout this.
Oh yeah, it definitely is. And then Gizmo says Stephanie Swift is a great actress. She is best playing an innocent virgin nun who just needs some fun sometimes.
And Mikey's here. Mikey's Morgue. What's up, Mikey? But I don't know. I know Mikey said earlier he doesn't even know what a Wookiee is, so that's his extent of Star Wars. But thanks for stopping by, bro.
May the Force be with you, Mikey.
Thanks, Mikey. I appreciate that, but you know how I feel about that. I am the uncool. Somebody asked me one time to describe myself, and I said that I was a little bit of Mick Foley mixed in with like Lester Bangs, and Lester Bangs is like says, we are the uncool, and so and like Philip Seymour Hoffman's character in Almost Famous, but I thought Lester Bangs was one of the funniest like rock journalists ever because he was so like out there. I remember at first the first thing I ever read by him was a review of Kiss Live, and at that time Kiss was one of my favorite bands, and he said Kiss really need to stop writing songs about fucking. And I just was kind of like, I was really taken aback because I was like 12 years old, and I'm like, holy shit, what is this idiot talking about? This is ridiculous. But
that's another thing, man. Princess Leia is always talking shit on the Falcon. She always got something negative to say about the ship, but the ship always ends up saving her ass.
Yeah, because the fucking shit got your ass out away from Darth Vader and his stormtroopers.
I know, right? She just called the Falcon a bucket of bolts. She's like, how do you expect this bucket of bolts to get us out of here, or whatever the fuck she was saying.
Because moments before they were going to leave, the Darth Vader and his stormtroopers were on their asses very close to get them. So like, luckily the Vulcan got their asses out of there.
Doesn't like R2 curses a bunch of times like throughout these movies, right? We just can't clearly hear it, but he's always like talking to people like ignorant as shit.
I think he cursed at CPO like a few times in this movie.
Yeah. Like, I also remember in the newer movies, I think it was like Last Jedi or something, like And Luke's like, hey, watch the language. Like, you know, he's saying shit to him like that. Like, you can tell, you know, R2's definitely getting sassy with him. I think that is kind of funny, though. It's like this little robot that obviously can't really do shit to you except for maybe electrocute you or something with one of his features. Well, I just think it's great that, you know, he's constantly being ignorant to people, but nobody could really tell that he's being ignorant unless you understand the droid language, I guess. And, you know, two Star Destroyers about to crash into each other.
So he brings him a bedpan. Oh no, never mind.
What if Han Solo was like, all right, let's get ready to make the jump to light speed, and just like out of nowhere, he just brings a bag of Coke out, like to everybody, starts breaking out lines of Coke to everybody. Let's make a jump to light speed.
You can read this one from P. Rich. I'm like, oh.
Why was Han Solo suspicious when he finally got inside Princess Leia? Because it was lukewarm.
Oh.
Oh shit. Well, I'm glad P. Rich did his homework before the stream.
Zodiac, I was equally sick after watching the new Star Wars and Ends, you know.
And yeah, Chester is just giving us a reminder here. P. Rich is doing a watch along tomorrow night for the people under the stairs at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So yeah, if you guys ain't doing nothing tomorrow night, stop by his channel 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
I agree.
So Wednesday night. I'm sorry. I'll be doing a watch along for Rock and Roll High School. And then on the 18th, we'll be doing Over the Edge on my channel as well.
That's right. It's the 45th anniversary for Over the Edge. But that, I'm like dead serious when I say this. So if you guys have never seen Over the Edge before, do yourself a favor and sit down and watch that. That and Suburbia. Like, those are two really good movies right there. You know what shit's always good? Like, I mean, if you're a fan of Star Wars, is the Robot Chicken stuff. Man, that stuff never gets old, man. The Robot Chicken Star Wars, you guys ever see that?
Oh,
I'm sure somebody in the chat has been seeing it, man. I like the scene, like when they do this scene here with that giant like space worm or whatever. They end up like missing the ship, and he's like, "Oh man, I never get anything good." And he's like, "Let's just call up for Chinese food instead." Like,
what's your timestamp, Sean?
I'm at 40 minutes and 40 seconds.
Okay. Because PS for that, and mine is different. It doesn't show it like that.
This is where Luke ends up going to Dagobah and becomes a Jedi in like 3 hours. Yeah, that's something else that the fans will bring up sometimes, with the fact that it took Luke like barely any time to learn his training and become a Jedi. I mean, I guess you could always argue that, but it is just a fucking movie, you know. Some of these Star Wars fans will take that shit so seriously, though.
Oh, this is a good one.
And And Sean 420's here. What's up, Sean?
Hey, Sean.
Yeah, Dagobah is definitely a planet of queefs.
They should make David Gordon Green direct the next Star Wars. Maybe he will beat the poop with even worse poop that is made the last year.
Yeah, he makes pieces of shit. That's fine. He deserves to be in fucking Disney.
Joseph says he's sorry he hasn't done his homework, and then he says, "I'm sorry. I guess spanking the booty will help me." Yeah, that won't be from me. That'll be from Danielle.
Maybe David Gordon Green can end up making The Exorcist Strikes Back.
Oh, there we go.
Somebody give him the idea so he can write it up and get it made. The Exorcist Strikes Back.
Darth Vader comes with a
really
warning
wanna-
label, not safe for children under 3 years. Choking hazard. This is right.
Choking hazard. For all ages, so for the whole family.
Mikey, I've never seen. I tried to watch it once and I couldn't get through it. I mean, I love Mary Warrenoff, but Feldman is a acquired taste in some things, and it just seemed like, nothing beats the Ramones. So yeah.
And I don't know, he's something else nowadays. But
I think it is pretty funny though. Like, go ahead, Juno.
Oh, go ahead first. Yeah, it is a long answer.
I mean, I just like how like the introduction of Yoda in this is like he comes off as like this like really loony creature, has no idea what the fuck he's talking about, and by the time we see him again, like pretty much by the end of Luke's training before he leaves to go save his friends, and even going into like Return of the Jedi, he's like more of like a wise master, I guess you could say at that point. But
Yeah.
first introduction of him, like, he's just really all over the place. Comes off as like just completely out of his mind, but later, it's when you realize who he is and everything, it's I don't know what I'm saying with that. I just think it's interesting to see though, like it's it starts out as like this goofy character and then kind of turns into a respectable character out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he's also like voiced by Frank Oz, which he does when he's doing the crazy voice. He sounds like Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
One transition the voice more softer later.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about the Exorcist sequels because the decade they were going to Disney. They still want to continue doing it, but they got to get a different director for it.
I think the franchise is like unsalvageable at this point. Like, can't even.
Yeah.
I don't think you can even save it.
Yeah.
Gizmo says that I promised him that we would do a top 10 triple X films. I don't even think I actually have a top 10. I can easily say my top 3, which is Tailhouse Rock with Tracy Lords when she was illegal, and then New Wave Hookers when she was illegal, but then they took her out of that and redistributed it on the market, and then Inside Desiree Cousteau. So that's about it. Johnny says Juno could have made a 10 times better movie than that piece of shit ends garbage. That's true.
Which one? Ends or?
Yeah, a better movie than Ends.
Have a
yeah,
good night there, Coach Joseph.
have a good night, Coach Joseph. But like for me, my ending would be Michael kills everybody, and he shows with the Ninja Turtles at the end. That would have been a better ending.
Juno's rants are better than ends, you know.
I agree. Yeah, ends is fucking bullshit.
See you later, Joseph.
Take care, Joseph. Have a good night.
Chester says DGG is terrible at directing. His name should be Queef Gordon Green.
Like, I would love to know
I
what Luke
got
is
it.
eating. When he sits down, he takes his food tray out. He's got like the most weirdest like space food ever.
Yep.
And then Yoda starts eating his
Uh,
food.
Juno does Dallas.
I miss Piggy. I miss Piggy.
Looking for someone. Found someone you have.
Mikey, I actually wish I did have a copy of Tell House Rock. What's really funny though is that, you know, sometimes me and some friends, we'd rent some of those movies and just like turn the sound down and like play punk rock records over it. So that was like, you know, we'd have like the Ramones blaring while we were watching these fucking porn movies and stuff.
How do you get so big eating this food? Okay, you must.
He sounds like Miss Piggy in this scene. I don't know, just
Gizmo, I haven't probably watched any porn in like about 15 years, at least movies or something, you know. It's always would have a love-hate relationship with it, you know. It'd be like I'd see somebody or I'd hear about somebody, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to check out this person's movies, you know. And then of course, you know, that's like going in with the thinking that they're an actually good actress or some shit, you know. It's like, you know. But
and not that interspecies erotica bullshit.
oh, none of that shit. No. But
Like they did in Clerks 2.
no, I never get that far with anything like that.
That's when they did that shit in Clerks 2.
I remember though, like first there was this girl, her name was Jamie something, and she did some movies with like Jeff Stryker, and so I decided, okay, I'm gonna check this out. And then like they had airbrushed the like video box so well that like when I was watching it, you know, she had all these fucking zits on her face, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. Oh Jesus, it's the Grogu.
It's the baby Yoda.
It does talk. It's like the emotion.
Mandalorian. A Mandalorian. Yoda.
I just turned into Yoda. Not talk. Why aren't you talking? Talk!
He's,
Talk, you stupid fucker.
I thought you were trying to use his voice as Frank Sinatra or something. You fucking bastard. Sean transcended. Moonbeam says she has the Sphero BB-8 robot.
Mace Windu.
I'll be right back. I gotta let the dog out real quick.
All right.
What was your thoughts on Sam Jackson's Mace Windu's character in the prequels, Texas?
The what?
You know, when Sam Jackson was in the prequels, like his character Mace Windu, what you thought about his character?
Well, I liked his character okay. I just didn't like the fact that they gave him such a ghetto sounding name. Because you would just think that he'd come out, yo, motherfucker, I'm Mace Windu, go fuck yourself, or something like ridiculous, It's just like, dude, it's like, how did we get this guy on this council that's all street and shit, Like, what the fuck? And then you got old Mr. Acid Bath on this thing, like.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, he didn't go to prom, ugly motherfucker. The mace that runs the place, exactly, Zodiac. These fucking snakes are on this ship. What the fuck? I said it at the same time, but instead of a plane, it's like on the ship. Sean Yoda and driving in a Toyota. Yep.
English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? You know what I'm saying.
See, it's funny how he's pulling this con on Luke, that making him think that, he's not Yoda, Russell said he was leaving to watch some porn, but he's just kidding. Hoff, Hoff, baby, too cold, too cold. What?
Yeah, John. Does he look like a bitch? What?
I can't discuss that, Mikey, because I could be incriminated. No, I guess I can talk about it. I tried to get start some bands and things, and nothing ever really happened, as far as getting a band that was stable enough. And so there was a band, this Houston band, oh boy, um, called Shy Penis, spelled SHI and then penis, of course. And so their singer they would get shows, and then the dude would disappear. And so one night we're hanging out, at this place. It wasn't even really a club. It was just like a fucking shack. And so we so they were on, and they're kind of playing, and they're just doing goof stuff, like playing instrumentals or whatever. Juno, bring out the gimp. All right. And so then anyway, oh, thank you, Johnny loves you in the Grateful Dead. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to say this story. So anyway, the sweatpants owners open for anyway, so they the singer disappeared. They're doing these instrumentals. We walked outside. We're just hanging outside, and somebody says, "Hey, these guys, they're okay, but they need a real singer, or something." And they were like, "You could get up there and do that." And I was like, I don't know, And their drummer, it was funny because at the start of the set, he's all like, he said, anybody that wants to come up can do it, And so then I just was like, I said, well, fuck it, let's go back in. And so I decided, okay, so we go in there, and I'm just kind of like, trying to find a groove, to something. And then all of a sudden it just kept pouring out of me. I was mainly shouting than I was singing or anything like that, And they were all like kind of looking at each other and smiling and stuff. And then, they seemed to like it, and stuff. And then, so I go through this whole deal, and at the end of it, they're all, man, that was really cool. Why don't you they go, we got another show like coming up, and it's out of town, if you can make it, that'd be cool or whatever. So I didn't make that one. No, Mikey, there's no video. There's actually a audio recording. I actually have to get that because I lost my cassette copy, but I think he has it on CD now. I've got to get a copy of it. But it wasn't that particular show. There was another show where there was a place called Consolidated Arts Warehouse, and they had this big blowout because the guy who owned the place was going to close it down because they were going to build a highway through it or some high rises, some bullshit. Well, anyway, so there were all these, local punk bands playing and stuff. So this friend of mine drives me up there, and there's some of the kids up there that are spray painting on the building, and the owner, he was an asshole, and we didn't really like the guy, but we were kind of like being nice to him because we wanted to play. And so anyway, these kids had this can of gold spray paint. And so, I took the can of green spray, gold spray paint before the guy showed up, and I spray paint this huge fucking cock, like on the fucking wall of this place, and it's as and then I wrote "shy penis" on there and stuff. And so then, the guy shows up, and I'm like, oh fuck, and we just kind of played it off, and he didn't say anything, because, well, there was an ulterior motive, which I'll tell you later. So then we're all hanging out. I go grab something from a store to go eat. And so we're all watching the bands and stuff. And then, it was our turn and everything. I think we played like 30 minutes, or whatever. And what was really funny, so what's really funny is I had this old t-shirt that I had when I was like 10 years old, and here I think I was 18, 19 something, and it was a Jaws shirt. It was like a OG like Jaws t-shirt, and so I still could wear it. I cut the collar off and then like the sleeves off and stuff, and that's what I wore on stage. And so we're playing. It was just noise and basically me screaming and stuff, but kids loved it, and stuff, so it didn't really matter to me, and stuff. And then like fucking we play the show and this and that, and then there's this other afterwards or a little while later, like the drummer Bobby, I'm like, well, so when are we doing the next gig? And they're like, oh, well, we want to start practicing and stuff, and our singer's coming back. And I'm like, the fuck is this? It's just like, this is ridiculous, and whatnot. And then so later later the show's over and everything, and I get up, the next morning and everything, and this friend of mine calls me, and he's like, turn on the news. I'm like, what? He goes, turn on channel 11 quick. And I'm like, okay. So the fucking guy that owned the place, he set it on fucking fire to get the insurance money. And so like there's this lady reporter out there, and she's all like, last night there was was the last show here at Consolidated Arts Warehouse. There was a punk rock show there last night. And as you can see, the building is burning down. And then they kept trying to mask. You could see like the cameraman would kind of move over, and then they were trying to mask this huge fucking gold dick that I spray painted. And everything. It was just like, this like, oh man, this is ridiculous, like these jackholes, like trying to do this stuff. And we just like, people, people are literally calling me, did you see the news? Did you see the news? He's like, your dick was on TV. It's just
and, you ended up getting mad street credit for it. Like, yeah, it's
right?
a guy with the dick on the wall, man. Fucking awesome, man. You rule, bro. Fucking draw them dicks, man.
I would be up for a band, Mikey, anytime,
Now here's the introduction to the Bounty Hunters. Which it's so like, once you see Bosk, who's like this half humanoid, half like reptilian creature thing, and like the one guy's like, bounty hunters, we don't need their scum, and they're like, Bosk looks down at him and he's like, he says something in like his reptilian voice or like his language or whatever, like he can understand what he's saying.
No, there wasn't any pictures because this was around like 84, I think. You know, nobody, of course, you know, had cell phones or cameras around at the time, you know.
Yeah, before you can get fired for doing something in one part of your life, and you know you get fired from your job or making a post on Facebook or something, or all those things. Damn,
But
yo,
it,
Princess Leia's like, "What's the matter, huh? No light speed?" Like, damn, yo, fucking chump the shit out of him, little ass dick.
Juno, do you want to be in a band? Says Johnny.
Juno and the Wild Guys. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Use the farce.
You know, this one guy, his name is Captain Nita. Like, that name is, like, too funny to make so many jokes out of. Captain Nita, you know, like, fucking, his name's Captain Nita.
I think
Captain Nita punch in the mouth. Captain Nita dick up your ass.
I think I've lost intelligence points with Moonbeam now after telling that story. I don't know. All has gone silent. Yeah.
Feel the force flowing through you. Concentrate.
Could you imagine, like, you know, Yoda as a maitre d' at a Chinese restaurant? You will eat what the fuck you want. I want. You know.
You eat what I put in front of you, motherfucker. He starts hitting people with a stick and just whacking people in the face with his little stick. You eat what I put in front of you. I can't really do a Yoda voice that good.
But I will say it that at Consolidated Arts that summer and the summer before, I saw a lot of killer shows there. And I saw this band from LA called Red Scare. And I kind of had been dating this one girl a little bit. I think it was actually, that was the first night I met her. And like, so we're watching the band play and they were all really cool. In fact, one of the girls, well, the girl that was the singer, Bobby Bratt, she's one of the punks in Suburbia, one of the extras. And so we were, we were talking like afterwards, but during the show, I mean, nobody was there because there was a bigger show, like some of the bigger bands that would play there, like Dead Kennedys had played there. And so it would really happen. Like the guy would book like a show on Fridays, nobody would show. then like the Saturday show was like the huge thing. It'd be fucking packed. And so that night that Red Scare was playing, this one kid gets on stage to just stage dive or whatever. And there were these two fuckers standing up front and they grabbed him by the ankles and then just dropped him on the concrete and it split his chin open. And we're all like, oh, fuck. So we run over there and a whole bunch of us, we pick the kid up and we take him to this kind of concrete side thing that was like it
I thought you were going to say.
the
I
what?
thought you were going to say we were going to pick him. We picked him up and threw him again.
No. So we put him on this concrete thing that was like a thing that was by the ramp where the bands would like load in and stuff. So everybody's like, hold him down, check him out and see what's going on. And so I'm like the closest to him. And so we were holding him down so much that like the blood from his chin is like going in his mouth and he starts to choke. So he just, as quick as he could, he's just like that. And he spits blood up all over my arm and my shirt. And I'm just, God, fuck. Like I wasn't mad at him or anything, but it's just like, damn, man. But they had like, yeah. And so then this girl that I met, she's like friends with this one guy and they brought him. So they were like, oh, we got to go take him to the hospital and stuff. And she's like, here's my work number. Call me. I'll be there tomorrow. And I was like, okay, and it was just so fucking weird though. Thanks, Russell. I appreciate that.
This is where Yoda chumps the shit out of Luke because Luke's like, it's too big. I can't get the plane out of the swamp. Yoda's like, watch the master. Pulls the fucking ship out of the swamp. No problem. He's in complete shock.
This Yoda's just being a wise ass to Luke Wallace throughout this scene.
Yeah. That's another one choked out for Vader. Rest in peace, Captain Nita.
Captain Anita, what?
Captain Nita's need of some air. Captain Nita some air. Vader just like calls over the guys to come pick him up off the ground. He's like, over here. Pick this fucking dead guy up.
And drag him away.
Dude, the way he says that, don't fail me again. Just like the sound in his voice. It's just like, ooh.
Well, frankly, that is why you failed.
No, I will not be quiet, Chewbacca.
Chew tobacco.
Chew tobacco. I always forget that 3PO does have a off and on switch. So now this is where they're searching for where to go next, and this is when they come across Cloud City.
Liv just popped in. She said she just woke up from a super long nap.
Hey, what's up there, Liv? Thank you for stopping by.
The Force be with you, Liv.
May the nap be with you.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I think we got like an hour left in this movie, something like that. My timestamp is 1:16 and 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
A little under an hour.
The Live Awakens. That's pretty good.
Yeah, the Live Awake. Zodiac and Rosalie always come up with the good ones. So, what's the next thing you got scheduled on your channel, Tex?
Rock and Roll High School on Wednesday.
Oh, right. On Monday, we're going to be doing the first watch party of the month on my channel for May.
That'll be awesome.
Pretty sure that's May. Yeah, Monday, May 6th. That's right, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
And then, what day did you say yours is? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday. I keep saying
Wednesday.
Tuesday for some reason. Wednesday.
All right, because I think Carrie is scheduled for Wednesday, but I'm just gonna move it.
Well, let me know if it is. Then I won't do it. I can do it on Thursday or whatever.
I mean,
I just don't want
move
to do like 3 fucking nights in a row because I know that'll burn you out.
Yeah, like I don't really mind doing that. Like, you know, but like I can definitely move mine from. I can move it to Thursday, the 9th. So I'll just move the Carrie watch party to Thursday, May 9th.
Okay.
If that's all right with you, Juno.
That's all good. Okay.
All right. So yeah, just keep yours where it's at for Wednesday, and then we'll just do the next day on my channel for Carrie. But yeah, we got May, Carrie, Mother's Day, The Crow, American Psycho, Maximum Overdrive, and Alien scheduled for my channel this month.
Mm-hmm. I want to do a watch party for Gentleman Broncos.
I don't know if I know what that is.
I can discuss that on Tuesday as the movies people have never seen.
Okay.
It's directed by yes, Johnny William Catt, the greatest American hero, was in Carrie. It's directed by the people that did Napoleon Dynamite. It was after Nacho Libre. And then they have another movie that they did, Don Verdean, which nobody knows about that one either, which was really good. Liv says that's a fun little group of movies to you.
Okay, thank you, Liv. Yeah, she usually stops by when she can. You know, she's like always there. What am I talking about? You know, Lando is definitely one character I really don't give a shit for. Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian. I just don't really give a shit for him. Never did. Him and his fucking stupid disco outfit.
This character twists and turns throughout this movie.
I mean, if anything, Lando just kind of gives a little bit more structure to Han's character. That's it.
Yeah. Because he does some twists and turns in this movie, and may piss people off, and may not like his character for that reason.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody has not seen this movie, like, unless you want me to let everybody know what the twists and turns throughout this movie is.
I think everybody's familiar with it. That's up to you.
Yeah. Well, everybody, Lando pretty much rats them out to Darth Vader, and then he wants to help Solo, but Solo is still pissed at him. Rightful so, because he fucking ratted him out. So yeah.
And Sean 420 saying he saw Maximum Overdrive at a drive-in in '86. That's the year it came out, though. Yeah, that's right, Liv. Yeah, she's like, if I'm awake, I'm there, baby. Like, she's right.
I agree, Chess. The original carries better than the remake.
I like the remake though. I think it's that bad.
Even though the remake has some good actors in there, but to me, the original's the more up par movie.
There's some nice kills, you know.
I tried the remake before, you know, tried to give it like an honest watch and wanted to like it, but it just doesn't do much for me. And overall, it's really just about the '76 movie for me.
The original is the up par movie.
Juno, when I send your package, I'm also going to send you a copy of this movie called Dark City. I don't know if you ever seen it before. It's from the same director of The Crow. But I can send you, if you don't have it, I can send you a copy of it.
I think I have that movie.
It's I think like from '98 sci-fi movie with like Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, that's
Jennifer
the one.
Connelly in it.
I think I mentioned to you guys that I was watching it, and I think I picked it up on my movie haul.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I did. Right. I think it was like during the. I think it was like I missed half of the Hangout stream, and I was like, I was mentioning like, I just finished watching Dark City. Yeah, so I have.
Okay, so you watched it recently too. All right, that's fine. I won't send you that one, but you know, I got some other things here for you though.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yeah, it's a very underrated movie. Like, I was surprised because I had not seen that movie, but seeing it for the first time, that really fucking surprised me, especially like because the movie's a bit slow, but it does deliver a good finale at the end, which I thought was entertaining.
Yeah, I really like how the movie's like, you know, it's obviously a sci-fi film, but it has like all the set pieces and like the costume designs make me feel like it takes place in the '50s, but a sci-fi film, you know, with a '50s kind of look to it. Like that's what I really like about it the most, besides like, you know, the whole allure of the strangers, those people, like the other race of people in the movie they call the strangers or whatever. Yeah, but I think for a late '90s sci-fi film, it's a pretty decent film for what it is.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. Have you seen it, Texas?
What was that? Sorry.
Dark City.
It's been a while, long time ago. Shamarlo Scott's here, and he ate McDonald's. Hopefully,
hey, what's up, Scott?
It wasn't Farmer McDonald or anything.
I recommend. I had the director's cut for Dark City here on Blu-ray, which is like different artwork compared to the DVD.
I heard the director's cut's better. That's why I'm gonna upgrade it to. I'm gonna upgrade my DVD to Blu-ray.
Yeah, I know you can get this on Amazon for like $7.99 though. This Blu-ray,
oh, really?
The director's cut. Yeah, it's like $7 or $8.99, something like that. So.
And I know there's a director's cut, which I heard some people say it's better, so I'll definitely check out the director's cut.
Yeah, it looks like the director's cut is 10 minutes longer than the theatrical cut. So that's a lot of time there.
Yeah, I recommend it, check it. It's pretty good. It doesn't have a
Yeah,
bullshit.
I should pick one up and stuff.
But
It's
that's
not
actually
like
a good question there from Rosalia saying, did Lando betray Han or actually save him? I mean, I really think
both.
Lando really had no choice but to turn him over. Because if not, Vader would have just completely destroyed Cloud City and killed everybody, basically.
Mhm.
So I don't even think he was really left with much choice but to turn Han over.
But you
But,
still don't give a shit about
obviously he wants to redeem himself in the next movie and help get Han back. So I think he makes up for any betrayal that he actually ends up, setting upon his friends, really. But I know if I was in that situation, I would probably have to give up my friend. It's fucking Darth Vader. He's threatening to kill all my people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what else are you left to do? Like, just no, fuck you, Vader. You ain't doing it. Like, like, good luck with that. But I think that still raises a good question, though, from Rosalia.
I did like the actor that plays Lando, Billy D. Williams. I did like him in that Nighthawks movie with Stallone. That's a very good fucking thriller.
Isn't Rutger Hauer in that, too, I think?
Yeah, Roger Hauer's the villain in that one.
Right. Man, Rutger Hauer was such a good villain, man. Really was.
He's so convincing, especially like a lot of his movies. And even
Yeah.
that Surviving the Game, which is a very forgotten movie that he was in. He plays like
Yeah.
one of the hunters in Surviving the Game.
Right.
That's a good movie.
I mean, even him as Roy Batty and Blade Runner, man, just such a menacing and very convincing character.
Oh man, that
Also, like
Blade Runner is just so fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's really up there as one of my all-time favorite movies.
which is your favorite cut of the movie? Which is your favorite cut of the movie, Sean? Because there's too many fucking cuts of that movie, and you gotta have like.
See, I actually don't mind all the cuts. Like the theatrical cut, the international, the director's cut, the final cut. And to be honest with you, the final cut, like I don't know why anybody makes a big deal out of the final cut because it's only like about 30 seconds of extra footage in it compared to the other longest cut, which I think is the director's cut. But I'd say probably overall, I think the director's cut is probably the one I would lean towards the most. Like the theatrical and the international cuts are not very different, really. But like I said, I can really watch any of them. Like that's another thing I think that's pretty cool about the media book release that we got. Hold on a sec. Like I remember Warner Brothers released this media book when it first came out on Blu-ray, and it's got like like artwork and stuff on the inside, but it's a 3-disc set, and you get every cut of the movie in this set. It comes with the theatrical cut, international cut, director's cut. Also comes with the work print. That's another thing that's good about this release. You actually get the work print, which doesn't even come with every release. And then you get the final cut. But yeah, this is such an amazing sci-fi film, man. Like I even like 2049, the one with Ryan Gosling. I even thought that was a really good follow-up, even with that, like with that large gap in between the both of them. Like I remember when they said, they were doing that, and Denis Villeneuve was going to be directing it. That was really my only hope of the movie. Because when I heard that Denis Villeneuve was directing, I was like, all right, well, dude knows how to fucking make movies, so he's probably going to do a good job. And turns out he did. But they actually could do something else with 2049. with the way they leave that movie kind of hanging there at the end, they could do something with it, but yeah, I mean, overall, I was really surprised with the newer Blade Runner. I thought it was pretty good.
It's because Ryan Gosling can do no wrong.
I mean, like, I really love that moment in Blade Runner 2049 when his name's K in the movie, where Ryan Gosling, because he's an android, and he finds out in like this one moment when he realizes that all of his memories in his head are not his own memories, and he gets so pissed off and starts trashing the room, but he just manages to go from 0 to 60 and like in such a moment, and it's like, wow, like that's really good acting right there. You know what movie he cracks me up in? You ever see Lars and the Real Girl? You
Yeah,
ever
it's a
see
good
that
movie.
one where he's
Yeah.
got the blow up doll or whatever as his girlfriend? That's, I
I
actually
never
wouldn't
seen
mind doing a watch along for that movie, man. There's so many good awkward situations that happen in that one. You know what's funny? My mom actually got me to watch that movie. Like, she said, I need you to sit down and watch this movie with me. I sat down and watched it. I was really surprised. Most of the time my mom recommends a movie, it turns out to be bad.
it.
She managed to come through at one time with something I really liked.
It's funny because when Ryan Gosling, was just kind of up and coming with films, my mom and I, we'd gone out to eat, and she's like, "Do you want to go to a movie?" And I said, "Yeah, sure." And she said, "What do you?" She's like, "Well," I go, "What do you want to see?" And she wanted to see some fucking. It was this movie about Cole Porter, and I'm like, "No fucking way!" I said, "I'm not gonna see that because Kevin Kline can't fucking sing." And I wanted to see. There was some fuck. Some Will Smith movie that was a sci-fi movie, and I said, that's what I want to see, and she goes, "Nope, I don't want to see that. I don't like Will Smith." So she's like, "There's got to be something we can agree on." So I said, let's go see." I go, "Let's go see The Notebook." And she's like, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Yeah, I like this Ryan Gosling kid. I want to check this out." So we go to see, and I mean, Jenna Rollins is in it, and I love her anyway. And it was directed by John Cassavetes' son. And so Cassavetes, was one of my favorite directors. So we go to see it. It gets to this like one part, and I'm just bawling, I'm just like, oh fuck, And my mom, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I look at her, and I'm just fucking tears coming out of my eyes. And she just goes, and I mean, absolutely, I swear. She says, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Did you ever see the Nazi movie that he's in called The Believer?
Oh, yeah.
This movie right here?
Yep.
But man, he's on another level in this one. I mean, he's super young in this
is.
movie. I think it's like 2001, I think this came out. But yeah, obviously he's super young in this one, but man, he's really good in this too, though.
Yeah, he is.
Now, I didn't see this till like later, until like he was already like famous. Like I didn't see this initially when it came out. But yeah, that's one that definitely comes recommended if no one's seen that though, The Believer. We're obviously at the carbonite scene where Han is about to get encased in carbonite. And Princess Leia is like, "I love you." And Han Solo is like, "Go fuck yourself." Basically. She's like, "I love you." And he's like, "I know." Like, basically just saying, like, yeah, shut the fuck up. And Woo Riders is here. What's up, Derek? Woo woo.
Hey, Will. and
First,
just
we
be
are
pissed
going to test
about him, about the Vulcan being a piece of shit. So he's like, shut the fuck up, Leia.
it.
Like,
Chewie's all bent out of shape.
fine.
It just turned Han Solo into a giant candy bar. He's all yours, bounty hunter.
Liv, she she said, "Oh, I gotta find this. This is great." She said, "Lil Rosie, do you like the Notebook? I have a theory that it's actually much more for dudes than for the ladies." Well,
I know it's
apparently
not
it
for
was
me.
for me because I liked it, the fucking movie.
Yeah, it's not for me, that's for sure.
They pull
I'm
a
more of
swerve.
a
They
I'm
pull
more
a
of a
swerve.
Napoleon Dynamite type of guy, all right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Some romance, like, my mom would love to see, like, my mom loves to watch those kind of movies, but I respect her opinion, like, watching those movies.
Woo Rider said, "May the 4th of Queefs be with you, young Padawans."
well,
But you know what? Go ahead.
the funny thing is that it was just something like I said, we decided on because we couldn't agree on the other two movies, and
Mhm.
it was rare sometimes to get my mom to agree to go see something that wasn't romantic or whatever, and I mean, it's like the last movie that we saw together was like The Holiday, which I thought was a great movie, but I can't watch it again because about 7 months later she died. So I mean, it's like it's a real, I just can't watch it, and
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
like the movie, but you know I don't know if she saw, like, we saw Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon together or whatever, and all sorts of, like, different ones, but yeah, she would never, like, I mean, trying to get her to watch a horror movie was like the worst, and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, my mom doesn't care if I watch horror movies. Like, if she wants to go to the show with me to watch a horror movie, she's cool with it. Like, she's more like into action and romance movies, but if she wants to see a horror movie with me, she goes with me, and she's cool about it. Not being like picky about what I want to see or something, or what does she want to see. So I'm not that way either.
Yeah, like I could definitely watch horror movies with my mom, but it was more like growing up with my mom, like she knew how much like they gave me nightmares and stuff. After a while my mom was like, "You're not watching these anymore." Like tired of fucking, you getting scared in the middle of the night or something. But yeah, like as a grown up now though, like I can sit down and watch a horror movie with her, and it's not like an issue or anything. But, my question to everybody in the chat, you guys on the panel, anyone who's watching this movie, should Luke Skywalker have left his training at Dagobah with Yoda to go save his friends? I don't think he should have. because you see the result of everything. You know, he's not trained yet. He's facing off against Vader right now in a duel with lightsabers.
Yes.
He's really got no experience in anything, and he really did jeopardize everything by doing what he did here. But
He pretty much fucked everything up. Like he wasn't
and you know,
ready.
if it wasn't for his connection with his sister, you know, the princess, he probably would have died because you know they never would have came back with the Falcon to come back and get him after losing his duel with Vader.
Mm-hmm.
So like he came really close to, you know, jeopardizing everything and getting himself killed. Yeah, like I really think he should have just stayed with Yoda, finished his training, but you know, I guess the visions he was having were just too much of a burden for him to bear the thought of losing his friends. Which really does show you the connection that he has with Han and Leia and Chewie and everybody, but realistically he should have just stayed at Dagobah and finished his training. And at the same time, they failed to even rescue Han in this moment. So it's, yeah, you don't even end up saving Han. You almost get yourself killed. I see Chris C is here in the chat. Chris C, the slasher dude. What's up, bro? May the 4th be with you. Thanks for stopping by. We're at the moment right now where Boba Fett is escaping with Han Solo and Carbonite. Yo, like I hear every now and then that they're trying to change the name of Boba Fett's ship because the name of his ship is called the Slave One. And they're trying to change the slave name. They want to get that out of there. Like, come on, man. Like, what else you gonna do to the fucking franchise that doesn't have any racist significance at all? You know? Just because the ship is called the Slave One doesn't mean that he has black people stored in the cargo and selling them or whatever, you know? I just think it's ridiculous that they just, we can't call the ship the Slave One anymore because it's fucked up.
This is some asinine shit from Disney.
Yeah.
I'm being fucking woke and shit.
But it is like every now and then I'll see on the internet sometimes you'll see an article like Boba Fett's ship, Slave One controversy with fans and everything and all this shit.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah, and you start reading into it and it's like, because the ship is called the Slave One. It's got no racist connection at all. But you guys are making it out to be that way.
It's just so fucking stupid to just have an issue for just that. The name of the fucking ship. Like,
it's already bad enough that they took Boba Fett's voice and switched it out with somebody else's. Like, what else you got to do to the character to just completely make him what he's not? And I actually did go back and rewatch Book of Boba Fett again. It's really not that good. It's really not a good show at all. It's like, you look at Boba Fett too, and you look at him in this movie, it's like, damn, dude, fucking Boba Fett put on like 70 pounds since being in the Sarlacc. Somehow he managed to put on like 70 pounds.
Is that the show that he survived? Of how he survived, or what the hell is that?
Yeah, like Book of Boba Fett. It opens up with him surviving the Sarlacc. And, he's like barely surviving in the desert. He like passes out. A bunch of fucking Jawas steal all of his armor. And he comes across some sand people, like the Tusken Raiders, and they take him in and revive him, and they take him in and they start training him and all this stuff. And he gets his strength back and he gets his armor back. But, like, he's just not the same character anymore. It's like out of nowhere, he's like, this is my town. These are my people. I have to take care of these people. It's like, what, dude? This is not fucking Boba Fett at all. Like, Like, Boba Fett is supposed to be all for nobody but himself. He's a fucking bounty hunter. He's got no care in the world for people. He will kill people in a second. But they just completely like demoralized him, and I don't know, man. They just made him like, I don't know, just not a badass character anymore. He's
So
like this sweet
pretty
ass
much,
dude now that cares about people suddenly. Like, that's not Boba Fett, man. Like,
it's like pretty much having a villain being sympathy to a villain.
yeah, like that's a good example right there. It's just, obviously Boba Fett, yeah, he is a villain in some way, like it's just,
Mm-hmm.
but they make him out to be like this hero now, and he's like looking out for all the people of Tatooine. Like, Boba Fett would never do this.
But did they explain how the fuck he survived? Like, because I heard it's like a show, but
Well,
I
like
didn't
they
watch
actually show him, like you can go on YouTube and find clips of that. That it's like the first or
it.
second episode of the show. Like, people have it uploaded all over YouTube, but he's literally inside the Sarlacc. Like, he's all like he's got like the tentacles and the teeth or everything all around him, and he ends
Mhm.
up using his flamethrower and starts like lighting the fucking Sarlacc on fire. And then he uses one of his thermal detonators and blows a hole in it, and he crawls out of the thing. But then he passes out in the desert from, I guess, being dehydrated and
Oh, so
everything
that's
or
how
whatever.
he
And then like the Jawas steal his armor and shit.
that's how he survived. 'Cause throughout
Yeah.
So
Jet, it looked like
Johnny,
he died.
real quick, sorry, Johnny's saying good night, and that he's got the shy penis name in his mind now. Thanks for that. He said he'd see you soon.
Yeah, take care, Johnny. Thanks for
Have a
stopping
good
by
night,
and
Johnny.
hanging out with us tonight.
This movie wasn't a piece of shit, Johnny. It's a great masterpiece.
Yeah. Nothing to rant about on this one.
It's a masterpiece.
I like this movie.
Yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, Rosalie, and everybody in the chat. Really,
Yeah,
thank you
I
guys
mean,
for hanging out with us tonight.
always Rosalie, you're so fun, all of you, and I appreciate it very much. You guys have really made my night, listening to me yak and tell ridiculous stories and all that kind of stuff, because I'm a ridiculous person.
There's
I
no
know
other way to be,
I know somebody that'll disagree because they don't like when I call myself ridiculous, but it's just the way it is. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate that, and thank you, Chester.
Even like in this final lightsaber duel with Vader and Luke, like you can see Luke's got no power at all. Like, every fucking strike that Vader takes at him with the lightsaber just keeps wearing on Luke, which is why he ends up losing his fucking hand.
Because he shows you that he's not fucking ready. He wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, definitely not ready, that's for sure.
Because his connection and his emotions got the best of him, like made him worried. So that's why he left Yoda real fast.
I love it before Luke gets his hand cut off, because Vader gets nipped on the shoulder with the lightsaber, and you hear him, he's like, oh!
Yep.
This is when the big reveal comes out,
Like the biggest twist when this movie.
Yeah, probably like the most iconic reveal in movie history. If only you knew the power, the dark side. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. I am your father. That's not true.
No,
That's impossible.
That I remember when I first saw that, and I'm just like freaking the fuck out. What are they gonna kill? They're gonna kill him. You know, it's tough.
Yeah, I bet you like every kid from like this moment on, they really didn't play with their Star Wars toys the same again after this moment. You know, it was like every little kid's narrative got totally changed in this moment. And Luke's like, "Fuck you, Dad. I'm just gonna commit suicide and drop down this hole."
They probably, you know, too, like, you know, kids were probably cutting off their Luke hand, you know, off the finger, you know.
I remember doing shit like that. Like if like somebody like a character in a movie lost an arm, it's like cut off that guy's arm.
Night, Chester.
Yeah,
Night,
take care, Chester. Thank you for hanging out with us, man. You always have good questions for us throughout the stream.
Yeah, thank you, Chester.
But yeah, like you see how Luke's like, you know, he's leading up to this moment here. He's about to die. He's like hanging on rafter pipes right now, and you know, use the Force to connect with Leia for her to come back and rescue him. Like all this, you know, for what, dude? Like,
He should have stayed with Yoda.
I mean, he's asking for Ben. He's asking for Obi-Wan's help. Like, man, he's got a lot of learning to do.
Like, he wasn't fucking ready. But his impatience and emotion got in the way.
Right. Yeah, he wasn't able to see the bigger picture, you know, the more important thing.
Because he was still
I
trained
also,
with Yoda. Like, yeah.
you know, like he also is just now learning who his father is, because in a way, Obi-Wan kind of tells him who his father is, but the way Obi-Wan talks fucks with Luke's head. Therefore, Luke can never really understand what Obi-Wan's really saying because of the way he talks. Even Yoda talks a weird way. But like when you watch Return of the Jedi, and when he finally approaches, you know, Obi-Wan's Force Ghost and says, "How come you didn't tell me that he was my father?" And he's like, "I did tell you, but you know, I forget what the quote is. He's like, "Oh, you know, we all see things from a certain point of view," and even Luke's like, "A certain point of view." He starts getting pissed at him. He's like so pissed off at Obi-Wan because he wasn't clear on who his father was.
Rando, you know.
So, yeah, we're coming up on the end of this movie soon.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell happened to Jimmy.
Yeah, I didn't see him in the chat tonight.
He was all excited about being here, and like I talked to him. I guess it was around 6. Well, 6 was around the last time I talked to him. He said, "I'll see you in a couple hours," you know, and I was like, "All right."
He probably passed out or something.
Yeah.
So the only thing that's left for Luke to find out is his relation to his sister now, the princess. You know, of course, when Lando wants to go jump to light speed with the Falcon, it doesn't work. I know why. The ship is racist. That's why it won't go. Yep, there you go. The Millennium Falcon's racist. It won't let black people jump to hyperspace. God.
Fucking Disney.
Thanks, Russell. I appreciate that as always.
You know, this is where Vader thinks that they're about to board the Falcon. But I think this really comes down... Yeah, actually, it's R2 is the one that gets him out of trouble here. Because the light speed is deactivated right now. That's why they can't jump to hyperspace.
Sean 420 wants to know who's your favorite Star Wars character. Well, I guess for all of us.
Probably Vader, honestly. Like, you know, even like his whole transformation, like even like from Anakin all the way into Vader, like I think it's such a great character. But yeah, Vader, Boba Fett, really, definitely among some of my favorites. I love Han Solo too, but I'm gonna lean with Vader though.
Yeah, Boba Fett for me is my favorite. It's just I like how calm and cool and badass she is, but they didn't fucking utilize him a lot in the next movie.
Yeah.
He only got like 6 minutes of screen time, and he's stuck in the, and they throw him in the Starlight Monster until they revive his character in that book, the Boba Fett show.
Yeah, like George Lucas wasn't able to see how big the character was getting, but at the same time, he didn't want people to focus on the Boba Fett character, which is what he was noticing. It was like, all right, all the focus is being taken off of these main characters now, and everybody's paying attention to this one minor character, which is why he ended up killing them off with an unfair death in Return of the Jedi. He just wanted people to stop talking about him already and move on and focus on Vader and Luke. But after he did that, he realized how much of a bad idea that was to just completely annihilate the character like that.
Yeah. Who's your favorite character, Texas?
I'd say Vader, but I like Han too. And then I like the Crow. I mean, oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong movie.
But Wild Wrangler is asking favorite Jedi. Definitely Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan Kenobi, without a doubt. Old and new.
Yeah, I got to agree.
Like I even like Ewan McGregor as Kenobi in the prequel trilogy. Like he's really good at the character.
He makes it his own.
Yeah.
Damn it,
Jedi. Where Luke gets his new hand.
What's that? There's that one bootleg site, and apparently they've got the original cuts on Blu-ray or whatever.
Yeah, I think you can even buy them on eBay or whatever too. I don't know the site that you're talking about.
They got a lot of weird stuff. People
Yeah.
tend to go to them a lot.
Yeah. You know,
My
I
favorite.
think probably the only issue I might have with Empire Strikes Back is how it kind of cliffhangs you into the next one.
Right.
Yep.
But I mean, obviously, the rebels did not win in this movie. It was really the Empire that kind of overruled everybody. And I mean, well, as much as Vader, annihilated his own people to do whatever he had to at the same time to get at Luke and Han. Yeah, I'd say he still probably wins this round, but at the same time, he doesn't have his hands on Luke or nothing. He's still got to get that final piece.
Yeah.
My favorite Jedi is Windu. Is Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. Yeah, I really do like Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu in the prequels. He's pretty good with the character.
I do like his purple lightsaber. Like, that's a pretty cool color for the lightsaber.
Yeah. But that is it, everyone. That is The Empire Strikes Back for Star Wars Day. May the Force be with you all.
May the Force be with you all, everybody.
Yep.
But I don't know. Maybe someday we'll get back to doing some other Star Wars movies on the channel, or even Texas's channel, whatever. I'm sure we'll do another Star Wars movie again at some point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know Russell's looking forward to that porn called Star Wars.
But yeah, next watch party on my channel is going to be on Monday, May 6th. We're going to be watching the 2002 film May, directed by Lucky McKay. And that's at the usual time at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then what's Wednesday? Rock and Roll High School on your channel, Tex?
Yeah.
So, and that's 10 p.m., right? Eastern Standard Time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The OG time as always.
OG.
But yeah, I don't know when you want to cut this one down. If you want to do it soon or whatever, it don't matter.
Yeah, we can, unless anybody's got any questions or anything,
It was cool that we had.
See you later, Sean 420.
Take care, Sean 420.
Yeah, we still have 10 people left in the chat here, but yeah, Sean 420, Moonbeam's still here, Wild Wrangler.
It was great that John was here and Jason was here. Everybody was here.
Yeah.
Guy was here.
I mean, shit, there's like over 25 likes on the video right now. So yeah, we had a good turnout here.
Cool that P. Rich stopped by.
Yeah, other than that, I'm pretty spent. So, but yeah, I'm sure we'll see you all in the next watch party or whatever, next stream that's on my channel and Texas's channel or whatever. And yeah, just enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. And yeah, appreciate you all for showing up and supporting tonight, supporting Texas's channel with this stream and everything. But yeah, this was definitely a fun one.
Yeah, it was. Oh boy. Somebody just likes to make me blush, I swear. But yeah, we got some upcoming news.
You're gonna need a bigger Juno. You're gonna need a bigger Juno.
because we're gonna need a bigger Juno.
Juno.
You need it bigger. So,
Then of
That'll
course,
definitely.
I actually really enjoyed this movie.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
All right, I'm gonna have to get going here soon. I'm gonna have to walk this dog in the next probably 15 minutes.
all right. Well, you just got one thing to show, and then we're out of here. So everybody, thank you again so much for coming out tonight and celebrating. May the 4th be with you. And once again, thank you for your kind words about the passing of Uncle Gary Floyd. And so we're gonna end with this. I wish I could actually show fucking music videos. I don't know how the fuck to do that, but one of these days I'll figure it out. Go ahead. Sorry, Sean.
No, just gonna say take care, everyone.
Yep. We'll see y'all soon.
What in the actual fuck is happening to me? I think I've taken a bunch of LS fucking D. Holy shit, something's happening here. Oh man, what the fuck? I think I'm gonna change.
You motherfuckers, I will burn you all to the ground.
Ray Dennis Stickler. Now, who doesn't love Ray Dennis Stickler? Assholes. Assholes don't love Ray Dennis Stickler. Ray Dennis Stickler, an incredible filmmaker.
Subscribe now to Texas HXCX 1965.